Hello friends and welcome back to the second channel, Kiwi with a Q. It's been a long time since I've uploaded here, and that's just because I got very overwhelmed with everything else, just with life in general and with, the main channel and everything else, because I upload quite a lot and it kind of got on top of me. And I haven't really had a ton of ideas to upload here, but I have ideas now, and so hopefully I will be back here more regularly. So let's keep our fingers crossed for that. Subscribe and turn on the notifications so you don't miss anything when I do decide to post. Probably like 3 times in the next month and then not again for another 6 months. But maybe I'll stick with it this time. Subscribe just in case. Today's video, I wanted to go through the r/am I the asshole Reddit because I always have a lot of fun doing that, and I know that you all like doing that. However, I just feel like it fits this channel a bit better than main channel, which is where I've put it the past few times, but I feel like this is a good place to put it. So maybe it'll be like a series that I do here on the side. And a little special thing about this one today is that I am actually streaming this over on Patreon, which is over here because I don't have a very good setup for streaming. Anyway, if you want to become a patron and see these streams, which I will try to do semi-regularly, then you can go to patreon.com/savvycat. Yeah, so let's get into looking at some shit some assholes, or not assholes, say. Okay, well, the top one for the past month has 40,000 upvotes, so I'm intrigued by what that one says, because 40,000 upvotes is a decent amount. Am I the asshole for suing my parents for my college money? My great aunt set up savings accounts for all of her female relatives. In our culture, education for women is not really valued, and she thought that was bullshit. She lived with her father in London, where she was educated. She went on to attend university and became a doctor. She married a British man. They moved to America and had a great life. She funded the education of as many of her nieces and grandnieces as she could. When she passed away, she left money for every girl relative she could. My parents managed to access the accounts that were set up for my sister and I. They used it to pay for my brother's wedding. My sister didn't care because she got married 2 years out of high school and had no intention of going to college. When I graduated, I went to the bank to get money for school and it was almost all gone. There was like $13,000 left. I asked my parents about it and they said they had needed the money. I finally found out where the money went. I got furious. I got student loans and moved out. I am a great source of shame to them and I don't give 2 fucks. I am currently suing them for the money that was left for me. My entire family is against me. They all think I'm a complete asshole for airing private family business in public, and that I am putting money ahead of family. My friends are all on my side, but they are all American and don't really get my culture. Neither do I, to be honest. My brother called me up and offered to pay for my university if I dropped the lawsuit. I agreed as long as we had a legally binding contract. He said I was being an asshole for not trusting him. I said he should have not accepted the money for his wedding. It is causing all kinds of embarrassment in our community. I'm somewhat ashamed to be doing this, but I don't want to have this debt I should not have. You are not the asshole in this situation. Oh my god, that's such a fucked up thing to do, man. Parents feeling entitled to your money because they feel entitled to you is not acceptable in any way, shape, or form. You don't owe them shit. They do owe you shit, though. They owe you that money because that money was legally your money. So you have every right to be suing them to get back the money that was legally yours. And I understand that there must be shame and guilt associated with that. You don't really want to be doing that. It's not like a fun thing to do, but I do believe that it is the right thing to do. And I'm like very proud of you for making that decision because it's a very brave decision to make. And you're definitely making the right decision there. I don't think culture can excuse bad behavior. It's like a reason, not an excuse. You're making the right decision, definitely not the asshole in this situation at all. And I hope that you get your money. I hope that you're able to get your money, or at the very least that your brother signs a legally binding contract. But legally binding contracts haven't stopped them from stealing money from you before, so who knows, man? I wish you the best and I hope you get your money. Am I the asshole for refusing to help my daughter with her car payment because she is a stripper? I, 47 male, have a 22-year-old daughter. She is in college and lives on campus. I agreed to help her make car payments since she was in school. I was recently informed by a young man I work with that my daughter strips at a club about 40 minutes away. Dick move for your friend to tell on her like that. Don't do that. If you know someone who works as a stripper, don't fucking tell their families. Rule number 1. I confronted her on this and she said she didn't plan to do it after she graduated and she needed some money. I told her to work at McDonald's, not to use her body. We went into an argument and I asked her to quit stripping and get a decent job. She refused and said stripping was easy money. So basically I said there was no need for me to pay her car payment anymore since she is making money so easily. She got upset and said that wasn't fair and that she doesn't make enough for that. I told her to figure it out. She told my wife about what happened, and my wife is upset by her job choice but says it's unfair of me to stop supporting her so suddenly over an argument. I think it's perfectly fair. It's my money and my decision when to cut it off. Bro, you are absolutely the asshole in this situation. You made a promise to your daughter and you backed out of it for a reason because you disagree with her profession. That's not your place to have any say in what she does. And I hate to break it to you, but any job, any sort of labor is selling your body. In one position, in one career, such as stripping, people see your body, but that all jobs use your body. Manual labor, that's selling your body. Working at McDonald's, that's selling your body. You're not doing things out of your own like free will and choice. You're doing things because it's what you're paid to do. That's just jobs. That's just capitalism. You are selling yourself. That's how it all works. And like, she's making easy money, as in she's making enough money on top of what you are giving her to allow her to survive and thrive. And if she is working as a stripper and making easy money, that more means that she's able to only work like 2 nights a week and then use the rest of her time to study. Whereas if she was working at McDonald's or a minimum wage job, maybe she will have to work like full time as well as study and go to uni. So she wouldn't have enough time to study as much and she wouldn't be able to keep up her grades, etc. There are a lot of reasons as to why this might be the choice she is making right now. And it might not be a choice she is very happy about, but it is one that she feels comfortable with and is benefiting her at this time. You don't have to support her in what she's choosing to do, but you should support her and still care about her because she's still your child and it's not your place. What she does with her body and what job she does and what work she does has nothing to do with you. It doesn't impact you. I want to know why it bothers you so much. Like, why do you have a problem with that? Why? What's it got to do with you? Are you upset because you planned on frequenting that strip club and now you can't because your daughter works there? Because if that's the case, then you definitely shouldn't be shaming her because it's definitely like clearly an entertainment form that you enjoy and indulge in. And if it makes you uncomfortable that other men are looking at her, why does that make you uncomfortable? What does it matter? How does that impact you? If you are ashamed of your daughter being a stripper, you don't want her to be a stripper and you think that it's not a good profession, then you should be ridiculing your friend for going to a strip club as well. And you should be, telling him that that's a gross thing to do and he shouldn't be going to strip clubs, but you seem to be making this your daughter's problem. It's supply and demand. If people are going to strip clubs, there are going to be strippers. And your daughter is just doing that because it's what's working for her right now and it is the best choice for her right now. It's got nothing to do with you. You are the asshole. You made a promise. Help her out with money because she needs help with money. And it may not be practical for her to get a different job. So fucking suck it up and deal with it. Get over it. Am I the asshole for demolishing my daughter's room after she moved out? My 18-year-old daughter, Meg, is in college. She moved in with her boyfriend a few months ago, which left her old bedroom empty. Her bedroom used to be right next to our tiny living room. To make our tiny living room into a normal-sized living room, we knocked out my daughter's wall, refloored the space, and fixed the walls. Now it looks like the bedroom was never there, and we have a spacious living room. When my daughter came home to visit and saw that her room is gone, she made a huge deal about it. She got all emotional and said if we never wanted to let her move back, we should have just said so instead of completely demolishing her room. I told her that if anything happens, she needs to move back, we will welcome her and she could sleep on the couch as long as she wants. But she accused us of wanting to get rid of her forever and for her to never visit us since we got rid of her room so fast. Only a few months after she moved out and we should have waited longer. Am I the asshole for not waiting longer for the renovation? Yes. Yes, you are the asshole for not waiting longer for the renovation because she is 18 and living with her boyfriend at college. What is she meant to do? Like, on the holidays and stuff, you know? Like, a lot of uni students go home for the holidays and they call it going home, you know? Your parents' house is your home, especially when you're 18. The chances of her and her boyfriend continuing this relationship for longer and maintaining that relationship and staying strong and continuing to live together for a long period of time is not high. It's like not off the table, but it's not like high, you know? And like, what if she needs to come home and she's like, you know, she's sick or she's not doing well, she needs a break, she needs to be somewhere else, she wants to go on holiday, she wants to go home, she can't do that. And it's like, she can sleep on the couch for as long as she wants. There's no privacy on the couch. Going and visiting home and being forced to sleep on the couch when you're in your own home is so sad, and you would feel unwanted and you wouldn't want to be there because like, I don't want to sleep on the fucking couch. This is my home. I grew up here. I had a bedroom here and you immediately got rid of it the moment I left. Like, that's not cool. That's not cool. Don't do that. It's absolutely valid of her to think that, you know, you were trying to get rid of her and you didn't care and you wanted her to move out immediately. Like, you didn't wait or anything. Like, not even a little bit. Like 6 months and she's only out of town. She hasn't moved across the world, you know? And I did move across the world. My bedroom's still there for when I go home to visit every like 2 years. Wait until things are certain. Wait until she's out of college. Wait until she has a stable place to live, you know? Like, she doesn't have that right now. She's at university. Things are so uncertain. When you're 18, you need your bedroom. You need your space. What did you do with all of that stuff? Where did all of that go? You put it in a box somewhere? Did you throw it out? Did you donate it? You seem to leave that part out of the story. And that feels like very important information of like where you put her stuff. Yeah, you are the asshole in that. That's not a nice thing to do. That's not cool. Don't destroy your kid's room. Man, that's their safe space. And you're taking away their privacy when they visit you. I wouldn't go home and visit if I was made to sleep on the couch. Absolutely not. I just wouldn't go back home. I just wouldn't. Am I the asshole for not punishing my 7-year-old daughter for her play relationships? My husband and I have a 7-year-old daughter together, Layla. A few months ago, Layla got a boyfriend, Lucas. They are both 7, so it's obviously not a real relationship. They just hold hands sometimes and they draw each other hearts for Valentine's Day. This week, Layla was apparently holding hands with another boy, who also sent Layla a Valentine's Day love letter, and Lucas took offense to it. We found out because Lucas's parents called us to tell us Lucas won't be coming over to us this Saturday, like it was originally planned because he is mad at Layla. My husband wants us to punish Layla and wants me to have a talk with her about faithfulness. At first I thought he was joking, but no, he was serious. He says that Layla cheated on Lucas and I, as her mother, should do something about it. I told my husband that Layla is 7, not a cheater, and I won't treat her as such. He then accused me of raising a cheater and encouraging the bad behavior. Am I the asshole for not wanting to punish Layla? No. You are definitely not the asshole for not wanting to punish your 7-year-old daughter for cheating in a fake relationship. Kids don't know what relationships are. Like you say, they just like hold hands and send each other love letters. Like me and my boyfriend when I was that age, we used to like kiss sometimes because, you know, that's what you see on TV. That's what a relationship is, but you don't really know what it means. It's just like a friendship. It's just a relationship of any kind, like a friendship that you're just like mimicking what you watch on like television and in movies and stuff. That's all it is. They don't know what it means. It doesn't mean anything, you know? It's just fun. It's just fun thing that kids do. It's just playing a game. Punishing her for being she didn't do anything. She just sees it as like, you know, a friendship. She doesn't really know what that is. She's not committed to anyone. She's just like existing and like having fun and playing this game where she's like pretend girlfriend, pretend boyfriend and stuff, you know? Like no one's doing anything to deliberately hurt anyone. They're just kids. They're just kids. When I was a child, I had promised to marry 3 different boys at the same time. I had told them all I was going to marry them one day. And, you know, I didn't see a problem with that. That was fine. It wasn't real. It doesn't matter. You don't know what that means. It's just like, yeah, we're going to get married one day because you're my boyfriend. And I said that to multiple people. And it doesn't mean shit. No one was really hurt or offended because it's not real and no one really knows what it means. Like, this kid might be upset because he's like, that's my girlfriend, I love her, but she didn't cheat on him because it's not a real relationship, so you don't need to reprimand her. You can sit down and talk to her about, like, you know, why he's not coming over. Lucas is feeling a bit upset for whatever reason. Explain it a bit. My brain has gone blank for how to explain that in good kid terms. But, like, I don't know, maybe tell Lucas to not be upset. Maybe everyone here just needs to sit down and have a conversation. Get the kids together to talk. Have them say, like, why does, like, have a feeling circle, you know? Sit down with the 3 children and be like, okay, here, Lucas, take the feeling stick. Why are you upset? And then give the feeling stick to, like, Layla and be like, okay, and how do you feel? And then kids will sort it out. They'll be fine and they'll be best friends by the end of the day. They're 7. They're freaking 7. The amount of times I was like, I hated someone in the morning and then we were best friends at lunchtime. Like, that's just, you're 7. Nothing fucking matters. Nothing is real. Everything is just a game, really. Obviously, words can hurt and actions can hurt, and there's obviously, like, bullying and stuff that happens when you're 7, and that is a big problem, but that's not what this is. This is just kids having fun, and they could sort it out amongst themselves very easily. You just need to provide them the support to do that. They'll get over it. It'll be fine. She's not a cheater. She didn't do anything wrong. Leave her alone. If you view a 7-year-old's relationship as, like, a real relationship, I feel like you're the problem there. Am I the asshole for telling my wife why she doesn't have friends? Oh my goodness. All right, let's see where this goes. First, my wife is an amazing mom to our kids. However, she makes her entire life about them to the point I ended up telling her that's why she doesn't have any real friends. Okay, we're off to a start. It's like every day of the week she's running to kids' events or something of the sort. Basically, being a mom is her whole personality, which in my opinion comes off as extremely off-putting to others. I, on the other hand, make the time for friends to socialize. 1 weekend a month, I go with my buddies on a camping/fishing trip. I fit in game night 1 night each week for a few hours. We rotate whose house and which bar we go to with a board game. And 1 night per week, I also go to the networking events, which not only helps me build connections in my professional life, but also gives me adult socialization time. For me, this time is super important as it allows me to be my own independent person and more than just a parent when I'm not at work. Okay, I haven't even finished reading this yet, but, like, I have a few reasons here. 1, did you say, yeah, you already go out 1 weekend a month and then you go out like 2 or 3 nights a week. When is your wife supposed to go out? When is she meant to socialize? When does she have that time? You keep leaving her. She's having to do the role of 2 parents, you know? Are you giving her the time to go out? Are you allowing her to have weekends away? Are you a capable enough parent to be able to, like, look after your own kids without your wife there? Like, is she not going away and leaving you alone with the kids because she doesn't think you do a good job parenting by yourself? Because if you don't consider your kids a top priority, then I don't think I would trust you with looking after my kids, even if they are your own kids. So my wife does none of that. She always uses the kids as an excuse. They have tutoring, theatre, music lessons, sports, martial arts, etc. She has herself so busy trying to be supermom that she's driving away potential friendships by making herself constantly unavailable. I've offered to get a sitter if she'd like a few hours to go out now and then, but she insists if I do, she'd have to use that time to catch up on chores around the house and try to get a nap. I finally told her that she is the number one reason why she has no friends and I do. I'm sorry, wait. Hold on. You say your wife should go out and socialize, and if she does, you'll get a sitter in. Why don't you look after the kids? This is exactly the problem. And she's like, I'll have to catch up on chores later. And you're like, yeah, you can catch up on the chores after you socialize. You'll look after the kids, you'll do all of the chores, you'll work, and you'll socialize. It's like, okay, dude, bro, maybe this is the reason she doesn't fucking socialize. This seems like her telling you, I would socialize if you fucking helped out around the house. But you don't, clearly. So maybe if you want her to socialize, you should offer to do some of these chores. You should offer to take your kids to theatre and music classes. You should offer to do the dishes and cook dinner and look after your own children. Bro, what is wrong with you? It's your fault that you don't have friends, babe, because you prioritize the children. Unlike me, who sees them as the lowest of low priorities. I actually don't want anything to do with them. They're your responsibility. What is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? He seems to have, like, left comments like adding context. There's only so much I can take hearing about the kids without ending the conversation. I can't imagine how boring anyone else would find it. Every day it's 15 did A, 13 did B, 10 did C, 8 did D, 6 did E, 3 did F, and baby did G. You have that many kids, including a baby. You have kids from baby to 15. Bro? Yeah, no wonder your wife is fucking stressed. That's so many different age groups she has to look after. That would be a nightmare without help. Oh my god, I hate this man. I can't believe you're like, I have to hear about my kids all the time and it's so boring. What do you mean? Why did you keep having kids? I feel so bad for your kids. Why? Why do you have so many kids if you don't like them? And you don't want to hear about them, and you think that their lives are boring, and you don't want to look after them. You're like, we split the chores. But if she goes out and socializes, I don't want to be alone with the kids, so I'm going to also go out and I'm going to get a babysitter, because fuck my kids. They're so boring. I don't want to know about their lives. It's that thing of like, I would really encourage her to leave, because he sounds like a not great partner, but she is in a bit of a situation in which it seems very, very difficult to leave because they have, 7 kids. Some of them are very young, and she's a stay-at-home mom, so she doesn't work. And so she wouldn't be able to do this on her own. You can't be a single mom of 6 kids. That's just something that would be really, really difficult outside of the realm of possibility. So I feel for her. I feel for her greatly. And like, maybe she doesn't feel the need to have friends. Maybe she wants to prioritize her kids. Maybe she should have friends that are other moms, you know? Maybe she doesn't prioritize that. Maybe she likes putting her kids first and spending time with her kids. That's an okay and normal thing to do. Am I the asshole for calling my guy friend creepy for getting mad that I swiped left on a lot of guys? I'm 28, female, recently in a good place in my life for the first time. I'm financially stable, have a great career, fit, have various passions, etc. So I decided to start dating seriously. Even started using a dating app for the first time, which I often forget to use. I was hanging out with a couple of friends at the beach the other day and started using the app. I swiped left on just about all of the guys with an occasional match here and there. Well, it turns out my guy friend had been closely watching the whole time. He got up and started going through some crisis. He asked me if I'm seriously judging the guys on the pics before anything else, and I said, hell yeah. He said that I literally rejected 99.99% of the guys who seemed perfectly fine and that it's unreasonable. I was confused by his sudden outburst and told him that he's crazy. He said he's not crazy and that it's crazy of me to dismiss his views just like that. I didn't even know what to say, but told him he's creeping me out a lot. Well, as soon as he heard the words creepy, he accused me of using slurs against him and making him look bad. Then he legit said that I called him the equivalent of another slur, which I won't mention. Am I the asshole here, or is my friend overreacting? Well, considering your friend called you an actual slur in response to you calling him creepy, he is definitely overreacting. That is so absurd. What's it got to do with him that you're swiping left on everyone? It doesn't fucking matter. He probably just doesn't get any matches, so he's like pissed. He's like, you women don't match on anyone. Those men were perfectly fine. It's like, yeah, they were fine, but I don't think we are compatible. You know, like, I'm not gonna go on a date with like some dude that I find fine. I'm gonna go out on a date with some dude that I like and want to spend time with. You know, like, it's so wild because they like, you know, swipe on every girl. They're swiping right on everyone. It's like, okay, but hypothetically, let's say that all women were also swiping right on everyone. Then you've got like hundreds of matches. Are you going to go out with every single one of those people? No, you're not. You're going to go through and nitpick the ones you actually like out of all of the people you matched with. They're just narrowing it down quicker. You know, if everyone always swipes right, there's no point in doing it because you have to go and filter through them anyway. So if she's matching with people she's not interested in, she's just not going to message them. She's not going to go out with them. Like, there's no point getting a match if it doesn't go anywhere, is there? It's better to get few matches that are successful than a lot of matches that aren't. Like, get over it, bro. There's no need to be using fucking slurs. Also, calling creepy a slur is the funniest thing. I feel like he's been called creepy on a dating app before and he got really offended by it and like, deserved, bro. What are you doing? I have the last one that I'm gonna do, I think. The title alone, I feel like, says enough about what I'm about to read. Am I the asshole for telling my girlfriend she's too old to be crying? There is not a way I could twist this to make the answer, no, you aren't the asshole. I think that it's impossible for this to go any other way. So basically what happened was that I, 23 male, have a girlfriend, 20 female. We've been dating since 2021. It's one of the best relationships I've ever had. She does anything to make me happy and I love her so much. It's just that shortly after getting together, she lost her dad. Oh God, I don't like where this is going. I stayed with her and comforted her even when I thought she was being obsessive over it. And over the last year, she seemed to be getting better. I will say she's not close to the rest of her family. She was really close to her dad. She's also not close to my family due to a lot of issues my sister seemed to have with her. My friends were never really close to her. She didn't seem to like them. I have no idea why. But when we hang out, she hangs out with them too, for me. Anyway, today we were hanging out and I left to go to the bathroom and I came back to her sobbing. I asked her what was wrong and my friend stepped up and told me he told her that her dad killed himself because he didn't want to see her again. Oh, my heart just like shattered there. Of course, this wasn't true. I told her to stop crying, that she was too old to be crying and she shouldn't be crying over something that was obviously not true. Bro, her dad committed suicide. And obviously that can make people feel a lot of ways, including a lot of blame. A lot of people who lose people to suicide are going to take it in a personal way, because they're going to feel like they weren't enough. Is that true? No. Is that a normal response to that happening? Absolutely. Is that something people are going to cry over? Yes. Are people going to be crying over losing a loved one for a long time, no matter how old they are? Yes. She called me an asshole, valid, and said that I always took my friends and family's side and packed a bag and left. She's not answering my calls. She deleted Life 360. I have no idea where she is. I really feel like she's overreacting, but I don't know. Am I the asshole? Yeah, that is one of the worst ones of these I've read, actually. You're too old to cry. Firstly, you can never be too old to cry. It's normal, natural, healthy to cry at any age. When you're 20, bro, shut the fuck up. And she lost her dad to something so traumatic. Like, losing a family member, losing anyone is always a traumatic and heartbreaking and horrible experience. But losing a family member who you are so incredibly close to, whom she obviously saw as like her best friend, especially to suicide, must be one of the most difficult, awful things to ever have to go through. And you don't just get over that. Like, you'll have good days and you'll have bad days. And this was obviously one of her bad days and she needed a support person. And the fact that you were calling her stupid, that's just abuse at that point, honestly. Belittling someone for having valid emotions, that's just a really fucked up thing to do. And I'm really glad that she's not answering your calls and she deleted ways for you to contact her. And I hope that she never talks to you again, actually. I'm glad that she got away and I hope it stays that way. Holy shit, man. She deserves so much better. That was a heavy one to end on, though. Whoa. Unintentionally, we ended up in a place of fuck men. You know? Like, my God. I'm gonna wrap up this video because I've actually been sitting here for about an hour going through all these really fun Am I the Asshole posts. What we have figured out is that lots of people are assholes, and then lots of people like to trick people into thinking they're assholes because they're manipulative. I will definitely be back and doing another one of these sometime. I had a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun streaming it as well. So if you want to watch a stream next time I do one of these or another video, then you can go to patreon.com/savvycat. I really appreciate it a lot. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoy the rest of your day. Don't forget to subscribe. I'm sure I'll come back and post on this channel again sometime. Have a good day. Or have a day. Yeah. Bye.